Spot on, spot off. Kyle Larson didn't need to be as aggressive trying to catch him coming onto pit road. Brett.
Boy, I wish y'all could have seen this one on TV. Freaking Steve Letarte and Dale Jr. were just 100% sold on the fact that Dave Blaney, God, what year is it? Ryan Blaney slowed down way too much. He overslowed and caused Kyle Larson to hit him in the ass. He won. I mean, before they went to commercial break, it was 100% Ryan Blaney's fault that this thing ever happened. Here's the thing I love about Kyle Larson. He's in, I think this is because of where he came from, his background on dirt, like those short races. He's in 100% go mode all the time. This is what makes him so freaking special. He's sitting on a win. He's chasing another win. And he said during his media availability this week, they said, how much did you work on Phoenix this week versus Homestead? He said, Homestead 100%, Phoenix 0. Why? Because he knows he's the best driver in this field. He knew he had a chance to win this race. He knew he lost it when he lost track position. He's trying to get it back right here. I don't think Ryan Blaney did a single thing wrong, by the way. And I don't think Kyle Larson did anything wrong other than trying too hard, and he overcharged it, and he had got there, and he had to decide. Hit Ryan Blaney really hard in the ass or take a right. And he took a right. He still clipped Ryan, which barely screwed his body up, even though he nailed him in the right rear. Obviously, he hit the tires. TJ saw the sand and the water and all that stuff blow out there. But up until this point, this race hadn't really been that good. So this really changed the dynamic of the race. Obviously, it changed the flow of the cautions, the restarts. People kept taking the bottom for some reason after this and losing the lead. I couldn't figure out why in the hell that kept happening. But for Kyle Larson, man, this guy is the best racer in the field at that particular track, and he is desperate to win. That's what fans pay to see.
I think the bottom was 3-1 at one point on restarts. Yeah, and to call over aggressive, like spot off, like he's only there for one reason. He's there to win the race, and that's his opportunity to make up ground, hopefully get closer. Maybe his pit stops have been phenomenal all year, so they can hopefully maybe jump the 12 on pit road. And if the race plays out green from there, that's deciding the race right there. It's going to be between the 5 and the 12, and if he gets out in front of whoever gets out in front of who is probably going to win the race.
I'm going to ask you something right here.
Go ahead.
Who runs out of talent more than Kyle Larson does?
I don't know. I hate to say he runs out of talent. He just oversteps.
Did he run out of talent the other day? Yesterday? Is that running out of talent?
I don't think he was ever out of control.
He made up 40 car lengths.
I think that he panicked and decided, like you said, I'm not going to wreck the 12 because it's not the 12's fault that I'm barreling in here. And like to your point, I'd seen somebody said, and I don't know how accurate it is, but I have to go back and look at SMT. Blaney's somebody said on TV they're showing, they're talking about Blaney overslowed way too much, and he was like right at 45 mile an hour at the pit road entry, and here comes Kyle flying in there. But he made a conscious decision to wreck himself versus wreck Ryan, and he said at the end he was in control the whole time, and I think he would have been speeding if the 12's not there. He's gonna blow that first section, I think.
Did you see already at the barrels?
Yeah, but he was
gonna be speeding.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like he I don't even know. I don't know what he did inside, whether he let off the brake at that point trying to get back to the right or whatnot. But it's hard to say that he ran out of talent. It's just like he's almost too talented for his own good. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like he feels like there's not a position he could put himself in where he's going to be in trouble.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
like it's like I had a friend Jazzy that does a lot of sim work. He works for Truex now, and he's like, no driver out there can be as good as my sim because my sim driver runs at 100% every lap. Well, Kyle Larson runs at 103% every lap, and I think that's what this is. But how many times though, TJ, does he make an error in races?
Well, I just like the part where you said I don't think he did anything wrong yesterday other than get pit road too hard, hit some barrels, and take himself out of the race. But he didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I'm spot off for it. But Blaney, I thought, did hit pit road in practice. Blaney, his first shot at pit road, he missed. He overdrove it and had to go around again and try it again. So, and when you're running good in that race, and Blaney can't afford
leading.
Blaney can't afford. And none of them guys really, except for Larson, none of them guys can afford a bad race right now. And you see where it puts you. If Blaney, overcooks pit road there, he's finishing. He's way back. Who knows? He gets put back there in the soup like we were, and you get doored and you run it. Then you're in the wall, and then you're done. So I don't know. It's just. So I thought Blaney did a good job of controlling what he can control. If Larson gets in there and beats him, and he finishes second to him all day, okay, great. And we're finished second anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Blaney needed a solid day. A win would have been awesome, but he needed a top 3 day, and that's what he got. But like what you just talked about, though, is I don't know. I think he's his own worst enemy sometimes. Just tries too hard, and that 103%, that 3% sneaks up once in a while and gets him. And I know he wants to win, and I mean, I love watching everything he goes and races, the dirt late models, the midgets, the sprint cars. I mean, he's fun to watch and everything. But that 3% in our races right now, you can't afford that. If you that 3% is what's gonna cost him at some point. And luckily that 3% happened at a certain spot that it did at Vegas. Otherwise, he's probably not winning that race. If that thing happens 5 car lengths earlier or later, he's probably backing into the wall or something. He had a great save afterwards, but the wall is what saved him in the beginning. You know,
it was so awesome.
Yeah, no,
before
it was
he got
great.
there, I mean, he makes up 30, 40 car lengths. You're like, holy cow, he's coming. It's almost like he turned in a little bit too early, and it kind of narrowed up that approach to pit road, and that's when he kind of had so much more speed.
I don't think he was making the speed line, but you know that 3%.
I don't either.
I don't think
I
he's
don't either.
making it.
But this is what makes. I mean, Kyle Larson is what makes these races fun to watch.
He had, you know, he's doing that 2 reasons. He's only there to win the race, and he has nothing to lose. So if he blows through the, you know, if he makes up 40 cars and gets down to speed, great. Now I can jump this guy on pit road. If he doesn't, oh well, I'm still at Homestead.
But it's not worth wrecking yourself there.
Well,
though.
I mean,
It's not
I don't
worth
think he intended to go in there and wreck himself. He's intended.
But what I'm
he's
saying
thinking
is
I
that-
know he made a mistake. He screwed up, but like he's just being overly aggressive, trying because he knows he's got to close that gap or his race is over. He's only there to win the
So
race.
what happened in Vegas?
But was that with us?
No, whenever he spun out trying to, he was running us down. We were leading the race. He's running us down, and then he burned his stuff up, and we started pulling away. And that's when he spun out. Is when we started pulling away because you could see he was loose. Like,
I mean, like he just like I said, he's almost too talented for his own good. He thinks he can do stuff that the car can't handle at times,
Which is awesome.
yeah, that's
no,
what
it's
you
fun.
want.
It's fun to watch.
Imagine
for
if
sure.
everybody tried to get to pit road that good. How exciting it would be.